Hello everyone and welcome back to Bacon. And welcome back to Fritz's route. We're actually continuing off immediately from the last video, so if anybody's left any comments, I do apologize. I'm going to be a tiny bit behind. I'm going to try my best not to get so excited that I continuously do this where it's like 3-4 episodes in a row. So after this episode, I will wait until the next day to continue. Alright, getting into it. I hadn't truly intended on staying with Fritz, but somehow the day passes by without me noticing. Before I know it, night has fallen. It is far too late to attempt to return to the market on my own now. Even if, for some reason, Fritz allowed me to leave his house. You can stay in the guest room, Princess. My father returns here at night after his duties for the day are over. I'd almost forgotten. Sir Alcaster Leverton, Fritz's father and the commander of the Order of Caldera. I thought he'd have his own room at the palace like you do. My father's never stayed the night at the palace as far as I know. He always comes back to sleep here no matter how late he leaves the palace. Or how early he has to get up to return there. Good evening, Father. Alcaster looks at me, then Fritz. Who is this? The weight of his stare makes me feel like looking away, but I manage to stare back at him coolly. This is Lucette Riella Breton, daughter of King Gennaro Breton III and the crown princess of the kingdom of Angel. We probably should have told him not to be saying things like that. I'm not in the mood for games, boy. It's the truth. I told you about her when she disappeared, that she'd been forgotten. Nonsense. She's been forgotten because of the fairy tale curse. Sir Alcaster's eyes are cold and calculating. I do not like the way he is looking at me. Fritz, what is your fairy tale? I do not want to tell him. Sir Alcaster's gaze grows colder as his question is met by a long stretch of silence. I only relent when I see Fritz about to answer for me. Cinderella. I trust you will break your curse, Princess. Sir Alcaster says nothing more, and I am surprised when he simply walks away into a bedroom and away from us. The door closes behind him and Fritz and I are left alone. It'll make things easier if he believes us. I saw the look in his eyes. I doubt he believes us. It's probably a good thing that he doesn't believe you, to be honest. Considering the last couple of rounds, yeah, But then again, she's at that point where she still thinks that Alcaster is someone who is trustworthy, just kind of a jerk or possibly just kind of creepy. That would be too simple. Pretty! I like that painting. Sleep does not come easily, even though this bed is significantly more comfortable than the bed at the Marchen. This is a pretty little room. I'm more into like the Victorian / Edwardian style, to be honest, but it's still a pretty room. What could Fritz's curse be? I sit up in bed when I hear footsteps outside. I stare at the clock. It is almost 2 in the morning. You are late. My apologies. This is Sir Alcaster's voice, but I do not recognize the other one. Come, we have much to discuss. The sound of their footsteps slowly fade and silence descends once more. I suppose being the commander of the Order of Caldera means that he is always busy. But working at this time? Soon enough, my exhaustion coaxes me back into slumber. I close my eyes and let my desire to sleep win over my curiosity. Oh! It's true. She definitely takes after you-know-who. I heard that rather than speak to people, she only ever speaks to her dolls. I can believe that. She seems a little weird in the head. She is so strange. I can't believe she's going to be queen one day. Oh, good morning, Your Highness. Please excuse us. Aww. Despite my exhaustion, my sleep is brief with all the thoughts whirling through my mind. When I feel it is late enough, I finally step out of bed and make my way toward the living room. Sir Alcaster and Fritz are both there, but they fall silent at my entry. Sir Alcaster? Princess? Are you leaving for the palace? Yes. Will you be able to get the princess back into the palace? I will inform Mithros of the situation. Sir Mithros? My father, Sir Mithros won't... Mithros will work as quickly as possible to resolve this. In the meantime, she will be safe here, won't she? I am standing close enough to Fritz that I notice his body posture stiffen. I see the way he clenches his hands into fists and the way he squares his shoulders. Of course she is. I am her knight. Then there is no problem. You and Sir Alcaster do not seem very close. Fritz sighs. He looks somewhat frustrated. Fritz sighs. He looks somewhat flushed, though it doesn't seem to be out of any embarrassment. Princess, should I not have said anything? Change the topic, press the issue. I don't know. Per usual, I'm gonna go with the first option. And whenever I don't know from this point on. Never mind, it is not important. I am sure you have your reasons. You can share them when and if you want to. Thank you, Princess. Aw. Fritz clears his throat before he turns to me, his smile so bright it seems to light up his face. Would you like to get breakfast? I happen to know where the best baker in all of Angela sells her croissants. The thought of croissants makes my mouth water. I'm at the door in seconds. What are you standing around for? I am hungry. We leave at once then. Oh. I kind of like their dynamic. The shortest route to the bakery from Fritz's house leads us past the palace gates. Princess, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Fritz's voice fades into the background when I notice the royal family eating their breakfast outside. Emmeline sits underneath the shade of a cherry blossom tree, reading aloud from some book in her hands. Rod is smiling as he pours tea for all of them, and Ophelia is looking on with clear love in her eyes for the family that surrounds her. The king laughs at something Emmeline is saying. He looks happier than I've ever seen him before. They truly are happy now that I do not exist with them. Father has never once looked at me the way he is looking at them. Did you know that when the best baker at Angela was offered a job in the palace, she turned it down? I'm slightly startled when Fritz starts talking beside me. She did? Why? The royal gardener wouldn't let her graze her cows on the palace grounds. What? The best baker in Angela only bakes with the butter she makes from her own cow's milk. She wasn't allowed to bring her cows with her, so she refused the job. I don't believe you. It's true. I heard it from the head chef at the palace. Oh, that was a cute way to try to distract her, though. I realize we have been walking as Fritz talked. The palace gates are well behind us, and the royal family is thankfully out of earshot. Here we are. The variety of breads and pastries in the window of the bakery make my heart skip a beat. It has been a long time since I've had such delicious-looking pastries. Pick anything you want, Princess. Anything? Whatever you want. I know how much you like your pastries. Maybe I'll finally see you some. Oh! What? Go on in, Princess. I'll be right behind you. What you say? Fritz and I returned to his home to eat our pastries. They truly are the best croissants I've ever had. As we come to the end of breakfast, Fritz turns to me, a hesitant expression on his face. Princess? Yes? I hate to say this, but I'm expected at the palace today. I'm afraid I have to have... I hate to say this, but I'm expected at the palace today. I'm afraid I have to ask you to stay here on your own. But the people at the March-in... I was planning on returning today to explain why I haven't been back. But it's not safe for you outside. I understand, but there are people I must see. I will not stay here for much longer. Can I really not change your mind about staying here? I know that Fritz can certainly keep me safe, but I cannot shake the feeling that I am safer at the March-in. You got some good instincts, girl, at least sometimes. Even if it means having to stay with the witch that cursed me. When I do not answer, Fritz sighs and shakes his head. Very well. I'll ask for a day off so I can personally escort you back to this March-in. Tomorrow. Sorry? Take me back tomorrow. Tomorrow, then. I spend the day looking around the house. This home is so impersonal. You never know two different people live here. Their rooms are so empty. Even I had my dolls in my room. As I walk about the living room, I notice a broom standing forgotten and alone in a corner. I suddenly remember the broom Delora enchanted for me. I do not miss that broom. But this one could definitely use a ribbon. Princess? Fritz, that was fast. I have something for you. I found this doll in my room at the palace. She's one of yours, isn't she? Uh-oh. Delora being sneaky again. Wait a ding-dang second. Did I get a crystal in my last decision? I don't think that I did. Crap. I gotta go back. I don't recall ever getting a crystal. Crap. Crappity crap. Press the issue. I noticed the way he spoke to you, and in the palace I never saw the two of you together. I didn't think you would notice. Why? You're my knight. I spend a lot of time with you, so of course I am aware of how others treat you. I was so close to being doomed there. Oh. I also know what it is like to be distant from your own family. If you do not wish to speak of such matters, you do not need to. Thank you, Princess. Fritz clears his throat before he turns to me. His smile is so bright it seems to light up his face. Okay, and then we can just fast forward to the next decision. That's too far. Okay. Okay. Oh, so things have changed. Okay, so he looks happier than I've ever seen him. They truly are happier without me. They can't miss what they don't remember. I'm sorry for bringing you here. I should have known it would be difficult. How could you have known? You're my charge. It's my job to know. Exactly how much does he know about me? Okay. Forward. Okay. Now we're caught up. My bad, everybody. My bad. Sometimes those crystals take a hot second, so I like to go for a little while and then I get caught up and I forget. I had only just realized I never saw the crystal, because usually I see it and I go, aha, and I didn't feel or see any of that, and I just happened to realize it, and I'm sorry. Anyway. Okay. Well, he was nice enough to bring her, even though we know that Delora is a jerk. Okay. I thought so. Isn't she one of your favorites? Yes, she was. Until she cursed me. How did she get into your room? No idea. Perhaps one of the maids left her there. But I thought you'd like it if I brought her back for you. Oh, good gravy. After finishing dinner, Fritz excuses himself to run more errands, so I return to my room. Earlier, when Fritz had given her to me, I threw Delora on my bed. Delora? Now I turn to glare at her, and all at once the dog comes alive with a sigh. Would you believe me if I said I was worried? No. I honestly thought you were... See? It can take a minute. I was going to keep going, too, whether there was a crystal or not for a second there, and then I would have probably made another mistake. I honestly thought you were going to act like you didn't recognize me. It made me happy that you said I was your favorite, Lucette. You were my favorite. You wounded me, Princess. What are you doing here? Do you have any idea how worried Parfait was? I doubt Parfait would actually worry for some reason. Even during the times where she pretends to worry, or at least it comes off as she's pretending to worry, she just doesn't seem that worried, to be honest. When Waltz came back alone and told us what happened, while Parfait and Anise went into hysterics. The boys and Jurian looked like they were going to commit murder. When you didn't come back that night, I had a lot of trouble convincing everyone to stay at the Marchant when they wanted to look for you. Especially Waltz. You have no idea how guilty he felt after losing you like that. I believe that one, though. Waltz is a good boy. They were looking for me? Princess? Why didn't you come back to the Marchant? I was going to, but Fritz is overprotective. I know it's not... Hush. Don't hush. I stop myself when I hear footsteps just outside the door. This is entirely unnecessary. The walls have ears, Sir Alcaster. The two men walk away, leaving the hallway silent. This is just another one of Alcaster's late-night errands. But my words die in my mouth when I turn to Delora and see that she is eerily silent. But my words die in my throat when I turn to Delora and see that she is eerily silent, her forehead furrowed. This presence. This presence. Delora? It is weak, but it's there. I can feel it. Delora, what are you talking about? Finally, Delora looks at me slowly, as if just now recognizing we were both in the same room. This is bad. We must return to the Marchant. Now. Okay. We're gonna stop things there. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I apologize for having a gone that extra way around. Tee hee hee. If you like the video, feel free to like the video. If you like me, feel free to subscribe, share, comment, all that lovely stuff. And I will see you in the next installment of Cinderella Phenomenon. Bye, guys.